Today I want to talk about a common misperception at Snowbird. Knowing this will help you skiing powder in places where no one else will go, which will be a fantastic day. The best terrain in Snowbird are on either Cirque Traverse or High Body. But in order to enjoy those places, you need the snow coverage to be really good because the traverse itself can be difficult and terrain is very steep. How do you know if there's enough snow coverage? Most locals will tell you to look at the base depth, which is measured by the snow depths at mid-mountain. The common rule of thumb says if it's lower than 50 inches, it's not good, don't go. If it's 75, it's good. If it's more than 100, it's going to be amazing. I think this is a good proxy, but what I want to talk about is how this could be very, very wrong. I want to show you a day of skiing we had. It's early November, Snowbird just opened. The base depth was only 42 inches. According to a rule of thumb, it's not a good time to go. But we went anyway. I'm going to show you what happened. Because it's early season, Snowbird hadn't opened up any of the upper mountain lift. So we're taking the long route. We went off the Peruvian and take the mid-Cirque Traverse. The long way. This is where the mid-Cirque Traverse, which is that way, merged with the actual Cirque Traverse. Look at how good the coverage is. 40 inches base, do you believe that? We're gonna show you a couple of double black trail on Cirque to show you the coverage over there. At the end of the video, I'm gonna explain to you why the base depth sometimes is not a good indicator and what you should be looking at. But first, let's go to very, very steep. It's low visibility, so that could be a good run. Let's see how good the snow is.
It looks good, but it's crusty. Oh.
So that was a good run. The coverage was obviously very good. We don't see any rock or grass, which is unusual for only 40 inches of base depth. The snow wasn't that good. It's dust on crust because new snow is likely only 2 inches. So the next one, we're gonna go to Wilbur Bowl, which is normally more rocky, but we're hoping that it will catch more powder because of wind today. We'll find out.
Oh, it's good so far.
That was a good run, right?
Yeah.
We found a powder pocket, and which also shows that as rocky of a trail as Wilbur Bowl, with 40 inches base, it's actually well covered. The next run, we're gonna go to Dalton Store for two reasons. One, we want to show you the entirety of the Cirque Traverse to see the coverage. The second is that it's likely gonna be a place with powder pocket as well, so we'll see. This is the spot where normally it's very rocky. So look at here, only 2 rocks pop out. So it's not bad at all. No rock, no rock. This is a P-Tex point. It's called P-Tex because it scrapes your ski, but look at this, all cover. The pass to Tower 3 is very good. As you can see, this is as good of coverage as you get on Cirque Traverse. We're gonna go to Dalton. I'm gonna explain to you why this look like as it is. Wait till the end. Look at this traverse. No rock at all. So why the coverage is so good when the base depth is only 42 inches? If you look at those steep terrain, the traverse itself, and the mid-mountain, in terms of how the snow is retained, is very different. At mid-mountain, you will always have those snow until they melt. On the Cirque Traverse itself, it's on the ridge of the mountain, so the snow will go away not only from the sun, more importantly, it will get blown away by the wind. And also, skiers' traffic will also have a huge impact on the snow depths. So in most times, you need way more than 42 inches of snow because most of them will be lost to the traffic, to the wind. But there are a couple of things that's different about this past November. Number one, the early season snow are quite heavy. The heavy snow is much better to retain on the rock, so that despite where we didn't have as much snow as mid-season, those heavy snow did a much better job sticking to the steep terrain. Number two, so far this season in November, we haven't had so many days where the wind is super strong. So the combination of heavy snow and not so much of the wind really help the snow on the Cirque Traverse to stay there. The third reason is that because it's early season, Snowbird didn't even bother to open the upper mountain lift. Because of that, going to the end of Cirque Traverse takes much more effort. You have to go on the long traverse you saw in the video. So that's the reason that most people didn't go on the Cirque. So the combination of the three things help us preserve the snow on Cirque. So despite we didn't have as much snow, it's amazing coverage. Comparatively, this is footage of last January where we had 90 inches of base. You should be expecting much better coverage on Cirque. But in January, there are much more people skiing, and a lot of snow were light and fluffy. They get blown away. There are some really windy days. So as you can see, the coverage on Cirque is really much worse. So how do you find out whether you should go on Cirque or High Valley? If you're a local in the area, you go to Snowbird frequently, then you probably know what the Cirque look like. If it's already rocky, so don't go until this new snow fall. Then after a storm, you can pay attention to how much snow has fallen. The more snow, the heavier it is, then the better chance you're gonna have a good condition on Cirque. I also know a lot of you will travel to Snowbird to ski. If it's mid-season, if it hasn't snowed for like a long time, it's probably not a good idea to go. But if it snowed 3-4 days ago, you may have a chance. How do you know? I think the best way, you can always go to the top of the Cirque to check out the entrance to Great Scott. If it's looking pretty good, you probably can go along the Cirque to find different trail with pretty good drop-in. And at Great Scott, you can always bail out and go back to the little cloud bowl if it doesn't look good. Or you can go to the lowest of the Cirque Traverse, and the condition there is always good. You can traverse all the way to the mid-Cirque to see how rocky it is. If it's super rocky, don't even bother go further because it's only gonna get worse. And when it's bad, you can always ski down mid-Cirque, lower Cirque. Those are pretty mellow terrain without ton of risk. It's always a good option to bail out. If it looks good, the traverse goes there, then you can go further. You can explore Weber Bowl, you can explore Dalton Straw. So that's my advice of when to go to Cirque. I hope this will help you to get a couple days or a couple rounds of where you can find a lot of powder because no one else is going there. See you in the next video. Bye.